What is up? YouTube, what in the world? What? Make up your mind. Our court system is going crazy. Is this thing saying what I think it's saying? Huh? Instagram and YouTube just won. TikTok is panicking. What's working on social media in April 2026? Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Right after this intro, we're going to get straight into this video. Let's check it out. Growth's got a formula most never learned. You don't need luck or talent, structure is earned. If you're ready to build and you know it's your turn, start with the 4 free videos. Earn as you learn. Click on the more below to sign up. That's right. Click on my link in my description below. Sign up for my 4 free videos that'll teach you everything. I remember when I first started YouTube and everything, man, I pushed hard as I could on YouTube. I gave up, can't give up. Me personally, you got to have a why. And my why was this, y'all. My why was this. Why I needed YouTube to work for me is because I don't have a retirement. I don't have a retirement coming up. I'm going to be 85 to 90 years old before I can retire because I was in the music industry for so many years. And I didn't have a job. I was self-employed. So now I'm working. I don't have enough work out years in to retire. That's what I'm thinking. I got to get this YouTube to work. This YouTube is going to work for me. If I'm an old man, 90 years old, if I can drive a car, if I can take a shower, I can sit in front of this camera and do YouTube. That was my why. So long story short, I didn't start really understanding YouTube until I got me a coach and I got into some type of YouTube course. If you're serious about changing your life, and once I said I got it, I kept saying, once I get it, because if I can do this, anybody can do it. Once I said I got it, then I said I'm going to put together a course and I ain't going to charge y'all the amount of money I paid for some of this stuff. There's a course out there that's $6,000. I got an online coach that cost me $9,000. And all that stuff that I learned and everything that work and don't work is all in my course. And it ain't nowhere near them type of prices, man. If you can afford $9,000, then you know, I don't think you need to do YouTube, right? Amen. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Uncle Mike is going to turn it out, baby. Let's check it out.
What is actually going on right now on social media? There's a yellow font epidemic on Instagram Reels. TikTok is still dying, and I think YouTube is taking it over. There's now Instagram.
Don't spill that coffee. How you gonna start your? Come on now. Okay. It give you a countdown. Your recording thing give you a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What in the world is going on? And what is this, that, and the other thing? And she's holding that coffee, man. Come on, dude. Are you serious? All right, let's go. Let's go. One more time. From the beginning. Watch this, y'all. This is what you don't want to do. I'm just messing with her. She real cool though. Here we go.
What is actually going on right now on social media? There's a yellow font epidemic on Instagram Reels. TikTok is still dying, and I think YouTube is taking it over. There's now Instagram Premium that you can pay for. There's a lot going on. And what is actually working? Well, we're going to find out today, because today we are clocking in to our new monthly segment. This is the second installment of our monthly segment called The State of Social Media, where we unpack together as an office what is working on social media, like what's actually popping off and what content is working, what type of creator is working this month. We get some content inspo, and then of course we go through the creator economy, social media platform headlines that absolutely need to come across your desk. So I think let's just get into it. If you're new, by the way, welcome to work, welcome to the office. You've clocked in to the digital office of social media. You're amongst all of your coworkers. Over here at Busy Blooming, we are all on different different walks of social media. We're content creators, influencers, podcasters, freelancers, entrepreneurs. And what we all have in common is that we all come here together every single week. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. Subscribing is like grabbing your desk. So make sure to subscribe, comment down below if you're new, introduce yourself to your new coworkers. We have a lot of work to do together today. So let's clock in and let's go to work. Okay, so as we've been talking about so much recently, the key to growing on social media in 2026 is really two things. It's building a very signature brand and also storytelling. But both of those things can be more complicated than they sound, which is why I'm so excited for today's sponsor, which is Storyblocks. You have probably heard me talk about Storyblocks before because I actually use them every single week. I feel like they are such a good way. Video, just go and store on screens. Always add those to your.
I always skip over a lot of these ads, especially when we're talking to the beginner. A story block. If you have not gotten your stories down packed, your stories, don't use these crutches. Trust me, you need to learn the fundamentals of writing a story. And you can do your story and then put it into Chat GPT. One AI is more than enough for you right now. Here we go.
Offering a 50. I feel like now that we're through with the content inspo corner, let's do some state of social media. Like if you scroll on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, like what is going on right now? I feel like now that we're through Q1, thank God, like Q1 is always, in my opinion, the worst quarter of the year for content social media. It's like just a quarter of feeling like you're flailing a little bit. I find, maybe I'm just projecting, but that's me personally. Q1 is the quarter of flailing and like trying to just figure out your direction for the year. Maybe you need to like pivot your 2026 content goals, maybe even trying a bunch of content. Now that we're through that and we're into April, I feel like the number one thing I think that is really, really working on social media is creators that aren't focused on building a following, but they're focused on building a following. You know what I mean? One thing I'm really seeing right now is that there is such a downfall of unique branding and every piece of content like kind of looks the same. I saw this video that came across my TikTok the other day of something called the yellow font epidemic. I'll put her on the screen as well. And it's so true. It's like this specific style of editing with like clicks and the typing and like all of the fast edits and all of that. And I think that works. Like I think it gets views, it gets reached, but I feel like there's this theme going around on social media right now where creators are getting followers and they're becoming influencers, but they're not influential and they're not building a cult-like community of people who like follow them, like who want to follow what they're doing and like follow their life and them and they're invested, but they have like a big number of followers. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I feel like there's this big downfall lately of unique branding. And I feel like as I scroll, it's so much aesthetic, beautiful content. And even when I see other like creator brands, like, you know, how so many accounts talk about like what's trending and all of that. I mean, so does Busy Blooming, of course, but so much of it is just like purely aesthetic content. The content inspo and the content ideas, it's just like different, gorgeous, beautiful looking templates of like Pinterest come to life basically. And I don't know, I have to say, I don't think it's the best direction to go down as a creator. Somebody wants to grow a business through social media is just kind of replicating like Pinterest looking content. And I think there's a way to do it because I love aesthetic Pinterest, gorgeous looking content. But I feel like there's a way to do it that still infiltrates like your brand and your voice and your personality and your community in there. And I feel like that is really getting lost in content strategy right now. It's basically just like, okay, here's your idea for the week. Here's a really aesthetic like video carousel. And people are really focused on how their content looks, not how it makes people feel. And I feel like there's just such a difference between having like 10K followers and 10K people that follow you and being an influencer and being influential to those people. And one thing else I've noticed for myself, I share this in HQ on Monday, because at the end of a quarter, I feel like it's always good to do some sort of like Q1 reflection of what worked, what flopped, like check in on your content. And one thing for me that has really worked that I have been seeing other creators like continue to do is front camera content. I feel like is back in. I'll put some examples also on the screen, but like content that again is like very focused on talking directly to one person, focused on topics, but the quality of it isn't like the best thing ever. And I have really found that in my own content as well. It's like the stuff I'm filming in TikTok and then reposting on Instagram. I feel like that's just what's hitting. But let me know if you know what I mean. Like it's almost like social media is screaming at us that this is what works right now, is this like casual, focused topics, unique, branded, unfiltered. And it's almost like I'm seeing the complete opposite, like really blowing up on social media. But even if it's getting a lot of views and followers, it's not the type of views and followers that you want. Like it's so much better, in my opinion, to have 10,000 really tight-knit community who are like obsessed with you, that you can make $1 million as a creator off a following like that versus having 200,000 followers that don't even know you. You could be making, a creator with that amount could be making like nothing from that. Anyways, that's what I feel like the vibe of social media is and my direction that I would take moving into the month.
Oh my God. It's so many things I can say against what she just said, but anytime I'm doing a reaction, I try to be on their side, which is 100% right. What she's saying is, she's talking about what we teach is when you're 1,000 true fans. On my channel, I got over 500,000 subscribers. Now, that channel, again, word on the streets, right? The gossip and everything. When people come to your channel, they see that 500,000, they say, oh, shucks, let's see what he's about. Oh, I like him. I'm going to subscribe too. You know, so I understand what she's saying is, now, if I got a product or a service and I tell all 500,000 of these people that, man, I subscribe to your channel, that's more than enough. You should be giving me stuff. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that is actually a part of my channel. That's why we started the YouTube growth formula. Now we niching down to exactly what she's talking about. I am looking for people who want to earn a living, who want to change their life by doing YouTube full time. That's the people I'm looking for. So she's 100% right, but don't get it twisted, man. It's so far in the back of your head. You're listening to me right now and you're saying, I sure wish I had me a channel with 500,000 subscribers. I don't care what they do, long as they subscribed so I can have that big number sitting up there. You can't help but want that. You can't help but want that. It shows success at what it is you're doing. I remember one day we had 2,000 new subscribers in one day. I think that happened 4 or 5 days in a row. Yeah. All chefs, we gone viral. All that stuff makes you feel good. But now she's talking about, and what you need to do is, your goal is to make the people feel good. Your goal is to make, to strike an emotion out of people. When people bored and they sad, they want to see their favorite YouTuber, which is you. But you got to be the person to bring out something, dance around a little bit. You got to bring something out for the people. You can't just sit there and be like, hey guys, thank you for coming to my channel. Can you please subscribe? Cause I'm working real hard. And nah, that ain't gonna make it. You have to be the person to make a difference in their life. Let's continue.
I also last week posted our April content strategy that is based all around this, and it's only April 2nd, the day this is going live. So we have so much time. So if you want to follow this, then definitely go check it out. It's up on YouTube. You can also check out our Instagram carousel going through like exactly what I would do in April. I'm so excited for it. I'm going to kick off my strategy today. And now let's get into all the social media news and platform updates that need to come across your desk. It's feeling extremely, I don't know the right word to describe all the social media updates from the last month. Turnt. That's how it feels. It feels like Social media updates that actually no one asked for are happening. So let's unpack all the things happening and how YouTube is like kind of taking over right now, honestly. I have 1 million tabs open and like so much social media news to talk about. So firstly, we need to talk about YouTube because YouTube, I feel like my thesis for the month this month in this like state of social media is that YouTube is actually taking over social media. And we said this, like we know this at Busy Blooming, but this is getting more and more clear. And you know what I was thinking about the other day? So many people have been saying that social media is replacing media, and it's really becoming like the new, daytime TV. We talked about this last.
I'm telling y'all, man, I'm begging. If you ever thought of doing a YouTube channel, the time is now. Don't look at it as, well, it's saturated. Everybody got a channel. Yeah, good. All you got to do is beat everybody out, bruh. Or bruh. All you have to do is beat everybody out. Come so unique. I have so many weapons. I play 5 instruments. I can be right now talking to y'all and put a little, now that's a funky riff. Yeah, now let's get back. People, I like him because everybody likes a little bit of guitar. Everybody likes a little bit of entertainment. In fact, I'm going to start doing that on this channel. Here we go.
This month, how the late night, like the new late night is people like Brittany Broski, Jake Shane. Like the internet is really becoming traditional media, and even talk shows like Jimmy Fallon.
Plus, you can watch it anywhere you go. Whenever you get good and ready to, and this is the perfect thing, man, that people don't understand. We release 5 videos a day, right? And some people say, man, I got a lot of catching up to do because I've been busy. So they finally finish. It's Friday. I go home, kick my feet up, and I want to watch all the Uncle Mike videos that I miss. You can do it anytime they want. In fact, on my way home, I'm going to start early because he be having some long videos, y'all. So I'm going to start early. And I thank all my subscribers. No matter what, you need to thank people for rolling with you because they didn't have to. You could have been anywhere else, but you're watching this video, and I thank you.
Get less views in a podcast interview. That's like the first thing that people are just saying about social media. And the second thing is this, what we just talked about, that interest media and topic-based media, content that has creators, channels, and accounts like very, very focused are the two things that are like kind of the two truths of social media right now. And YouTube is literally like the perfect reflection of those two things. We had Alexis Barber, who worked at YouTube and launched YouTube Shorts. She was on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, and she was even saying that like YouTube is not social media. Like it's no DMs, there's no talking, like there's no, you can't send shorts to other people. Like it's not built to be social. It's definitely built for entertainment. And if you look at what YouTube has been investing their time into, it's been into helping the user experience when people watch YouTube on their TV be better. So I just feel like YouTube is like very ahead of the curve of what's working right now, which brings us to our first platform update of the month, which is, I cannot believe more people aren't talking about this thing that YouTube just did. They basically have launched, and I'm going to show you on the back end of like what it looks like. YouTube has basically launched like a new way that creators on YouTube can work with brands and like get brand deals. So look at this article. It basically says like, discover a new era of creator partnerships on YouTube. And they have created one home for partnerships. It's so cool. I'll show you again what mine looks like in a second, but basically what it is they are on the back end going to work with brands. Like it's going to look like this. And creators on YouTube can select to sign up for this, and brands will have an interface that looks like a big dashboard, basically, where they can find creators to work with and contact them because of this. And what they're doing is they're basically like leveraging Google Gemini, and they're also allowing like brands to sync third-party APIs into this too to find creators. But let me show you what this looks like. It's so cool. Okay, so this is it for the back end for me. So you just go to like earn and then partnerships. Look at this. They make your media kit for you. Isn't that the most crazy thing. Like, so YouTube basically makes your media kit, and then what you do is you go back and you can actually input your rates here, and then brands can find my channel through this new interface. And this is my kind of takeaway from this, and what I'm seeing is that I think in the next like couple of years, maybe like the next 5 to 10 years on the creator economy, social media, I feel like the middleman of, creator agencies, like, let's say you have 100,000 followers or less. I feel like the middleman of having a talent agent or a manager or somebody who tries to help you find brand deals, they take 20%, all of that, I feel like that is going to go away, and creators aren't going to need managers as much to get them brand deals, because I feel like things like this, like YouTube is so ahead of everything. Platforms directly, I don't know if they're going to take a percentage of this, but they want to take the 20% for finding you a deal. They want brands to pay them to say, hey, here's all of our creators on our platform that you can find through our own platform, rather than needing like an agent or these different softwares to find creators. And I feel like TikTok already has this a little bit with TikTok Marketplace. I'm not a big fan of TikTok Marketplace. I find that the rates are like so low and the deals are like, you have no leverage. They don't know you. Like it's a weird dynamic. But this dynamic is so ahead of the curve of brands finding creators and reaching out to them. So the creator has the leverage that the brand wants them, not they want the deal, through a YouTube directly. I think this is so cool. I think that if a creator has a really, really large following, it's not that you would necessarily need a manager to get you deals, but it's more the management of the contracts, the operations, the deadlines, the relationships, all of that. But I just think this is so interesting that YouTube is launching their own network for brands to find the creators on their own platform. I think it's so cool. So that definitely needs to come across your desk. Okay, another update is the YouTube likeness detection. So I've been getting notifications so much this last week of basically what this is that that was this new feature. I think it's in beta on YouTube, like they're testing it, that creators get notifications when someone is using their likeness. Let me see if I can find one from this morning. I just got another one. Okay, here. See, it looks like this. I got two, where ultimately what this is if I clicked on this, it shows that people are like downloading my YouTube shorts or my TikToks or my YouTube videos and then re-uploading them on their own channel. And so there's this new feature on YouTube called likeness detection, which I think, again, this is a sign of a bigger thing going on right now, where this is not just people downloading your content and re-uploading it, but I have seen a couple creators say that their likeness has been made into like an AI avatar or AI person, basically doing like ad reads. And I think there's an AI element to this, which is really scary, of how AI can like replicate people and replicate their voices. I don't think anybody is going to be out here replicating my voice, but I feel like this whole likeness detection, people using your likeness, is really, really a theme that is going to get bigger and bigger on social media. So I feel like this is just something to keep like a watch on. I think it's very interesting. Okay, and then the last YouTube update, we have to have our Gary V corner. I feel like we have our Adam Mosseri corner, the CEO of Instagram, update every month, and then we have a Gary V corner because, we're V friends over here. Also, like, why would he choose his cover photo? It's a very interesting choice. Okay, so basically what he says is, this is so true, is that Gemini is going to have, 60% of the AI market. And so Google Gemini is like the ChatGPT equivalent of Google. And I actually love Gemini, I have to say. I find that Gemini is really, really good. It can watch your videos. It can give you timestamps. I find that it's more like direct and to the point than others. So regardless, what he's basically saying here is that because Gemini is going to be so big, what they basically do is, say I go on Gemini and I'm like, okay, how do I post an Instagram reel? Gemini will give me results that have YouTube videos integrated. I'll show you. Okay, I'm here in Gemini. I'm going to say, how do I post an Instagram reel? Sometimes it will populate the bottom with like an actual video embedded into Gemini, but look at this. It's pulling information from YouTube videos. And so what this actually means is that this is why Gary Vee said this, that YouTube and YouTube Shorts are like their number one priority right now, because they want to get into the AI results. So what this basically means for all of us here busy blooming is that YouTube, of course, is a gorgeous platform to be on this year, But at the very least, repost your TikToks and your Instagram Reels to YouTube Shorts. A content strategy of making sure you come up in AI results, I actually think is really, really important. So just do a little quick repost. You could use something like Rella to repost it, or you could do it manually. And I think it's just a good strategy that should come across your desk. Okay, next let's talk about Instagram. Like, why is Instagram Premium happening? This is insane. So there's a couple new things happening on Instagram. And of course, we have an Adam Mosseri Q&A corner update. But basically, Meta, this literally just came out like 2 days ago, that Meta is starting to test a premium Instagram subscription. So they already have where you can pay to be a verified creator. So that's one way that they have that. They also have their subscriptions where like I could have a subscription on Instagram and they take a percentage of that. But now they have Instagram Premium. So basically what they're doing is they're testing this in a couple of countries, and this was just confirmed. And among the premium features that you could pay for, that we could pay for Instagram Premium, is that you have the ability to view a story, like an Instagram story that's disappeared after 24 hours without the person knowing you viewed it. So you could see. So if you want to stalk, like, you know, your toxic ex or something, you can see their Instagram stories after they've expired, which we love that. And you can do it incognito, which we love. Also, if you pay, you can see how many people rewatched your story. So who's like rewatching my stories? You can also create a new list of people who can see your Instagram stories. That's not just close friends. So you could literally, if you wanted to, have a list that's just one person and create Instagram stories, like pretending that it's for everybody, but it's just for them and they won't know. You also can extend your story for an extra 24 hours. I love that. Like if you're trying to promote something like your podcast or new product, you can spotlight a story up to 1 time per week. You can also give a super like on other people's stories. This is very Instagram stories obsessed of like this new feature. They're saying the price. So the pricing for this, it varies, but it costs about like $2 a month. So would you pay $2 a month to do all of these like new stories features? I'm so curious, like if it's worth $2. I feel like depending on like what situation you're in, it might be. But this is kind of reminding me of the YouTube feature where they're getting brands to be able to access their network. Is social media platforms are trying to monetize their own platform in so many new ways. Also new this month is that Snapchat now has premium subscriptions, so creators can have like premium subscribers on Snapchat, and X, Twitter is doing that now as well, and in like a new way. And subscriptions in general are a huge theme right now. Every single social media platform now has subscriptions where every creator can make their own membership, and then the platforms themselves are having subscriptions. So Gary Vee said this like maybe 10 years ago, that subscription-based creator models is like how the creator businesses are going to go, is like through subscriptions and creators having members, which is so interesting. And I'm noticing this as a huge theme, which again, I feel like is just so interesting. Okay, and then lastly on Instagram, wrapping up with our Adam Mosseri corner. So Adam Mosseri is the CEO of Instagram. He does a Q&A on his stories every week. And he said something that was very interesting that I should have screenshotted, but I always watch them because, you know, report back to the office. And he basically said that Instagram, like analytics, Instagram KPIs, like likes, shares, whatever. He said, quote, if I'm not mistaken, likes are for expanding the reach of people who follow you, and shares are for expanding the reach of people who don't. So I thought that was very interesting. And again, he said like, if I'm not mistaken, so I feel like he wasn't 100% sure, but that makes sense if that's the case, that if you want your content to be expanding its reach to new people, to get growth, more views for people who don't follow you, they need to share it. And so if you're finding that your content is only going to your followers, that's because people are liking it and not sharing it. So it's going to more and more of your followers as people like it and comment. But if it's not going to any new followers, it's because no one is sharing it. So I thought that was very interesting. Okay, so a couple more things from Adam Mosseri. So he posted that you can finally reorder your carousel posts after they've been posted. So that's a very exciting feature. I feel like we've like really been needing that. And then something else you can do now is you can finally pause a reel by tapping on it. So thank you so much to Adam Mosseri. We all wanted these features. I feel like sometimes Instagram launches features that like absolutely no one asked for, like the whole meta AI, your Instagram story, like, you know, no one was doing that, but these are some features that we actually wanted.
Okay.
Speaking of features that nobody asked for, is TikTok has launched TikTok Radio, and they're launching their own podcast network, like TikTok Podcasts. So, you know, no one asked for this, but basically what it is, and I just thought if you want to be in the know of what TikTok is doing, TikTok is flailing. Like they're giving Q1 energy of they just like don't know what to do. I feel like, and everybody is saying that like TikTok is dying. I'm seeing it everywhere. And so they thought, what if we just launch TikTok Radio? And nobody wanted this. So basically what they did, this is like 2 weeks ago, I think this was on March 13th, the company launched a TikTok Radio. They announced this at South by Southwest. This is a very interesting thing. They said TikTok Radio captures the speed and cultural moment of the For You feed in real time. What I've always been wanting, blending traditional music with commentary from TikTok creators. What does that even mean? I actually don't know. But regardless, they have TikTok Radio, which is such a choice to get into the radio medium, but they also have launched their own podcast network. So with creators like Lele Pons, they are hosting their podcast similar to like the Unwell Network, Dear Media. TikTok is getting in the podcast network. I don't think that is the worst idea. I think podcasting is, along with YouTube and together, the future of social media. I feel like podcasting is like one of the best things you could do, make a video podcast. But again, I just thought that was very interesting. TikTok is in their flailing era. Very, very on theme. This came out yesterday that TikTok is partnering with Cameo, and you can buy a Cameo from TikTok creators. This is so on theme with today's episode of the actual social media platforms making businesses within the platform, like for themselves, like more ways to monetize their own like social platforms. So I think this is like very on brand. But TikTok announced yesterday a new partnership with a fan connection app, Cameo, which will enable TikTok creators to monetize custom videos within the app. So I'm sure you've heard of Cameo, where you can like buy a video from Nikki Blonsky, who played Tracy in Hairspray, and she can like say happy birthday, you know? So now they're doing that with TikTok creators. I don't think this is actually a bad idea. I haven't seen any discourse on this. I'm sure people are hating on this. I'm going to make a video on it today, I think. But I feel like this is giving creators another way to make money. And also, again, it just shows that social media and media are like the same thing. Like people want TikTok creators, Cameo videos as much as celebrities. And so I feel like this shows a lot about the creator economy and how big it is and how celebrity creators are becoming and all of that. Like imagine getting Alex Earl saying happy birthday. I would love a Cameo from Hudson Williams and Connor Story. Like I feel like that is what I would choose. But anyways, I just thought that was, you know, something again that we should all know about. I'm so curious what you guys think about that. Okay, I think that is everything for the state of social media. How are we feeling? Like what is the state of social media right now? It's actually like giving chaos, and I feel like the best way to approach social media right now is what we said, like get your blinders on for your own corner of social media and focus on topics, your audience, and maybe if your full platform is TikTok, maybe get onto YouTube. I think that might be what we all have to do. Anyways, I hope you're doing well. I have been loving this format. This is how I film HQ every Monday. It's so fun to sit here at my desk with my coffee and my microphone and share my screen.
One of the things that I'm noticing about all these people, when they start talking about other social medias, Instagram, I thought she was going to say that YouTube and Instagram won. They were sued, man, and I think they going to a they're going to appeal. So I thought she was going to talk about that. Anyway, I'm noticing that everybody is talking about YouTube is the king. If you're doing TikTok, you need to move over to YouTube. If you're doing Instagram, you need to move over to YouTube. I don't know nothing about trying to earn income on Instagram and trying to figure that out. It's almost like for a normal person that's used to doing normal business, like you go to a store, you see your product or service, and you purchase it, come out the store with the receipt. Normal business. Your first step should be doing a YouTube channel, not Instagram, not TikTok. And if you have any type of business, period, if you have a job, if you have any type of knowledge, period, that you can share with somebody, you can turn it into a YouTube channel. And god dang, boy, the money will roll in, because even if you try, I can't believe that people just traveling and showing all the places that they traveling to. There's so many people that got 1 million subscribers just to see these people where they're gonna travel to next and all the nice areas. And they look back and on their TV or whatever and look where they YouTuber that they made a relationship with. I went to the Bahamas. A lot of people checked in. I'm doing a lot of things, man. Then you got Patreon, you got affiliate links, you got so many ways that you can earn income on YouTube that is ridiculous, man. But you just gotta cut out all the headaches. It's too much information out there, and focus. Get yourself direction, structure what you're about to do. And that's what we teach in our YouTube course. I'm gonna get on up out of here. Hey, if you want to learn how to get 1,000 subscribers, you need to check this video out right here. This video right here. If you're still trying to get more subscribers, you're trying to reach that 1,000, check this video out. Take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.